On Sunday morning, police and firefighters were called out to a fire on Estella Metzgen Street in the Lake Independence area of Belize City. They arrived to find one structure completely destroyed by fire and another engulfed in flames.
This one wooden structure, it was in the care of a local Belizean because the owner was in the U.S. And then the fire department was made to understand that the occupants of this particular building became squatters themselves. They made comfortable in this home that wasn't rightfully theirs. Again, the evidence showed that this building had the wiring coming directly from the BL pole to their structure and then subdivided within the various rooms. It was another unfortunate Sunday afternoon, Sunday mid-morning, whereby again the electrical breakdown consumed this building and then created massive damage, displacing 2 family members to the neighboring structure.
The second structure is owned by Mark Burgess, but each flat was rented to separate tenants. He received a call from residents in the area that his house was on fire.
One, Mr. Palace, who was the sole occupant of the upstairs structure, and a lady, Miss Cruz, and her 10-year-old minor, they were the occupants of the lower flat. These people were displaced by the fire, and the building was owned by Mr. Mark Burgess, so he himself sustained massive loss as a result of this fire Sunday morning.
Anybody injured in these fires?
Fortunately, no injuries were reported to the fire department, and then I say fortunately because when we arrived on the scene, we were told that just before the fire erupted into the massive inferno it did, the occupants of the building were seen fleeing the building.
Residents speak of the heat emanating from the area being felt a distance away. There are many trees from neighboring properties that were scorched. The fire department did manage to prevent the fire from spreading even farther, but could they have saved Burgess' property? Station Supervisor for the National Fire Service, Kenneth Mortis, explains.
Our initial team made a defensive effort to the south of the current structure. The wind direction was blowing in a southeasterly fashion, so we had to do fire coverage exposure for that close building. It was in the blink of an eye that the breeze then turned the direction, and unfortunately that was when Mr. Burgess' property caught fire. Strategic location is key on the initial stage, and once we execute that and we have to relocate and readjust, that's where time-consuming effort comes in. I understand Mr. Burgess' complaint, I understand his concern. We do not control the element of the weather. We cannot respond to an emergency fire scene and tell the breeze be still. We don't have that power to do so. All I can say is I am at a loss that he had to suffer the loss because of Sunday morning's event.
Neither of the properties nor the contents was insured. Duane, Moody for News 5.